Welcome, everyone. Today, we're essentially creating a field guide for navigating some of the most challenging people you'll ever meet. We're going to dive into the subtle tactics they use and, most importantly, how to see their hidden intentions a mile away.
So let me ask you this. You ever walk away from a chat feeling just off, kind of confused, totally exhausted, or maybe even second guessing yourself? It's a really common feeling, and believe me, more often than not, that feeling is by design.
Yeah, that feeling? It's not always just in your head. There's a good chance you're dealing with someone who is intentionally trying to manipulate you. But here's the good news. They always leave clues. And today, we're going to learn how to spot them. Think of it like we're turning you into a detective of human behavior. All right, first up, let's talk about a very specific type of person, the provocateur. This is the individual whose main goal, their whole mission, is to get a massive emotional reaction out of you. They just love to push your buttons until you finally snap. So how do they operate? Look, anybody can accidentally say something insensitive once. That's just life. But a provocateur? Oh, they're different. They actually learn your specific insecurities, your past mistakes, your sensitive spots, and they target there over and over again. It's the pattern of repetition that gives them away. And this right here is the classic dynamic. They'll say something completely outrageous, something designed to provoke you, all while staying perfectly calm, cool, and collected. And meanwhile, who's the one getting upset? You are. That's how you know their goal isn't to express themselves. It's to trigger you. And what happens if you try to call them out or set a boundary? Oh, you're going to hear these exact phrases. These are the greatest hits. And make no mistake, these are not apologies. They are the classic tools of denial and gaslighting. And they're designed to make you feel like your reaction is the problem, not their behavior. Have you ever noticed this kind of thing often happens in public? That is absolutely not a coincidence. It's a strategy. By pushing your buttons in front of other people, they're trying to control the narrative. They want to damage your image, make you look unstable, and get sympathy for themselves, all while they look totally composed. So if you're ever not sure whether it's intentional or not, just ask yourself one critical question. Who benefits when I get angry? If your emotional reaction makes them look like the calm, rational one, or if it helps them dodge responsibility, then you can bet the provocation was 100% deliberate. Okay, let's switch gears to a slightly different, more subtle kind of manipulator, the person with a hidden agenda. Their game is less about making you angry and more about gaining some kind of advantage. The very first red flag here is a massive gap between their words and their actions. They will praise you to the moon. They'll make these huge, grand promises. But when it's actually time to deliver, crickets. They're nowhere to be found. You have to always trust what people do, not what they say. You also really need to pay attention to the timing of their kindness. If someone is suddenly your absolute best friend right when they need a huge favor, or maybe right after you got a big promotion, that's not friendship. That's a transaction. Real kindness is consistent, not just convenient. Now, this might sound a little academic, but it's so important. I call it asymmetric information extraction. Basically, your conversations feel less like chats and more like interviews. They ask you all these super personal questions about your job, your relationships, your opinions, but they reveal almost nothing about themselves. This isn't just them being curious. It's data collection. To them, information is power. And here, folks, is maybe the single biggest test of all. Just watch how they treat people who have no power. People who can't do anything for them. If they are just the sweetest person to their boss, but then they're dismissive to a junior employee or rude to a waiter, that tells you everything. It shows their kindness is a weapon, not a genuine part of their character. And here is a simple, powerful rule that I want you to remember. If they are constantly gossiping to you about other people, you can be absolutely certain that they are gossiping about you to other people. They aren't trying to build trust with you. They're trying to build narratives. The second you walk away, you're the next story. So we've kind of sketched out two different profiles here. Now let's put them together and look at the shared tactics that really make up the manipulator's playbook. Okay, let's compare them side by side. The provocateur wants that big emotional reaction, and they use your insecurities to get it, which leaves you feeling angry and unstable. The hidden agenda manipulator, on the other hand, wants an advantage, and they use selective kindness to get it, leaving you feeling drained and suspicious. See? Different goals, different tactics, but the result is the same. They destabilize you.
Spotting these patterns is the first huge step. But the next, and honestly the most important step, is knowing how to respond. So let's build your self-protection toolkit.
Here are 5 clear, actionable things you can do. First, don't overshare. Keep your personal information on a need-to-know basis. Second, set firm boundaries. And this part is key. Watch how they react when you say no. A manipulator will try to push back, but a respectful person will accept it. Stay neutral, don't give them that emotional fuel they're looking for. And above all else, trust your intuition. If an interaction feels off, it's because it probably is.
And this really brings us to the final, most important thought. Understanding these patterns isn't about becoming paranoid or cynical. It's about becoming empowered. Once you can see their playbook, you hold all the cards. You have the power to change the entire dynamic. So the question I'll leave you with is this. Now that you can see the playbook, how will you rewrite the rules of the game?